Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness here on terrific Tuesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, baby. It's cold again. I didn't get out, but I did do some kettlebells, some SFE, the whole 9 yards, and we're ready to go. You saw the thumbnail. Flexibility. Guys, is there anybody on this planet in the history of trumpet more flexible than Vizzuti? Thus the thumbnail. Extraordinary. Anyway, we'll talk about it and how it pertains to strength and endurance, and we'll get to it. Haven't played a note? Let's see what we got. Okay. Strength, flexibility, and endurance. Hellacious double C's first thing in the AM, and go into a Clark number 3. Guys, I haven't played that in 20 years. Some of you might say it sounds it, Ralph. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. I am so burned out on Clark. I love the book as a teaching tool. I've told you, and I've used it umpteen times. I can't begin to tell you how many times I personally have played that exercise. That's the key of G, the third study. And along with all of the times I've done this with my students, it's been 20 years since I played it. Anyway, it's not the point. Strength, flexibility, and endurance. Proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. We talked about strength yesterday. And strength, guys, if all you can do is blast out notes, is worthless. Almost worthless. Okay? On the other hand, flexibility, guys, for the most part, I'm not going to say that. Flexibility combined with strength, and you've got it. Now, I talked about Vizzuti. I mean, his flexibility is the best ever. I mean, just freakish flexibility. He doesn't combine it with the power that I would like. Liberati, Stagers, Harry James. Those are the guys. Those are the guys that really have it. Now, if anybody can find a, I'm not that computer adept, as you know. If there used to be 1 or 2 recordings of Liberati out there, I can't find them anymore. If anybody can find them and wants to leave the link down below, I would appreciate it. Okay? I'm going to try later on. I have a very busy day. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. But if you have that, the guy was extraordinary. Just extraordinary. I mean, so much better than anybody today. Again, I'm getting off the subject. Flexibility. Now, that flexibility that I just gave of Clark study, guys, when I'm telling you I was barely moving anything. The Claude Gordon stuff, guys, it's not right. It was barely moving. Barely moving the tongue. And guys, that is it. If it is relaxed and it's thick and pressed forward to compress the air as opposed to try to manipulate the chops. Oh, God. We've all been there. We've all been there. Now, you probably couldn't tell, but I false fingered the first 2 measures, first and third, in the G, C, E, obviously. Now, if you are doing the flexibility exercises, okay? And quite frankly, you don't have to practice flexibility in the traditional sense. If the chops are right, you're going to have all the flexibility you want, okay? So many guys just slave over those Charles Colvin lip flexibilities. I told you, my first lesson, Vacchiano made me throw out the book. But anyway, again, I'm way off subject here. Okay, The point is, if it's locked in, you got it. If you are doing, slurs, and it seems like it gets stuck, I think you all know what I'm talking about. We've all been there. Lord knows I have. If it's feeling stuck, that means you are caught between stretching and R's. Stop, spit buzz, reset. You see, there's no impediment whatsoever in them. Del Steger's Carnival of Venice, the opening salvo. Guys, there is no impediment whatsoever. You just put the mouthpiece on it. You're just moving your fingers. That is flexibility. Relax corners, thick tongue, and compress the air. That is flexibility. And as you saw, you do not, you heard, you do not have to sacrifice the power to do it. The strength, flexibility, and we'll talk about the endurance tomorrow. Now, lots of guys have the flexibility, but they're sacrificing the power. I'll never forget, years ago, one of the initial New York, this time of year, man, allergies. Anyway, got to drink more juice. Oh, that's another thing. I'm getting so off the subject today. Guys, I did the video on my dental saga a while ago. I have not felt right since then, and I'm going on a juice cleanse, to get that Novocaine and the residue out of me. Okay? I mean, I'm all right, but I've never felt completely on top. I'm going to do a juice cleanse. If you'd like to do it, this is the perfect time of year to do it. Spring. Guys, join me on the other channel. All right? That will start, well, actually it started yesterday, but I'll put the video up today. So, where were we? Guys, the stuck. You're caught between stretching and using the tongue. Okay? Now, that, guys, is wrong. Don't do it. Don't continue. Stop. Now, clams not necessarily mean you are doing something wrong. Clams in the traditional sense, and you don't want to clam all over the place, but clams just mean that many times, if everything is right, okay, clams just mean you're overdoing, you're underdoing the compression, okay, and you can get control of that as the more you practice, okay. But flexibility. Relax the corners. Press the tongue against the bottom lip. Okay, guys, that is proprioceptive neuromuscular. That's exactly what we were talking about yesterday. It's the same thing. Is that the key? See, I don't even know. I don't have perfect pitch. Guys, it is barely moving the tongue, as opposed to the art. Not for me, bud. Not for me. Or stretching. Strained, pinched. Not for me. Not for me. All right? Strength, flexibility, guys, if you're playing correctly, they have to go together. They have to, or it's not right. You should not have, I know what I missed. I was in the middle of a story. Years ago at one of the original New York Brass Conferences for Scholarship, okay, Wynton Marsalis was there. And this was before he was Wynton Marsalis. He was playing with Art Blakey at the time, blah, blah, blah. I believe he had just worked with Bach. He was playing Bach trumpets and whatnot. And sure enough, in the room with Jerry's stuff, he's going around playing all the trumpets, and he was at the Bach table. And I mean, the flexibility was ridiculous, redonkulous. The tone could not have been smaller. Made Vizzuti look like Conrad Gozzo. Gozzo's another one, man. You hear his shakes, that flexibility, And the power, guys, you do not have to forfeit one for the other. You don't. Now, you may not need a super loud flexibility, or you may not need, depending on what playing you do, you may not need a super soft flexibility. But you do not have to forfeit one for the other if you're done right. Guys, if the chops are right, you can't. You have to be able to do all ends of the spectrum, fast, slow, medium, wavy, loud, soft, whatever. All right? All right. Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables. If you want to do a cleanse, start with me on the other channel and live your life with true power. Love you all. Strength, flexibility, tomorrow's your day.